Hey, my Liptons. I wanted to come in here with a new video. I feel like I haven't speaking in like a few days now on my channel, but I wanted to come back with a Bollywood video. Um, I want to talk about Darr. Um, I just want to say for the people that are interested or have been watching my reviews, my videos on ZTV shows, on Bollywood movies. I don't know. I put up a poll on my channel the other day, and I took it down now, but like I put up a poll the other day on my channel, and I was like, okay, there was three Bollywood films that I put up there, and I was like, okay, which one do you guys want me to review? Do you want me to do Darr first? And I think I'm forgetting, but I think I put Nagina in there as well, and I'm forgetting the third one. But I put three films in there, but nobody voted, so I was just like, okay, I think I'll just pick the one that I want to do first. So I picked Darr. Um, so I want to review Darr, and I also want to briefly discuss the past. After I review this movie, I want to briefly discuss the past tension with Shahrukh Khan and Sunny Deol. But first, let's get to this movie. And I'm gonna talk about that last. But first, let's talk about the movie. So Darr is a 1933 film directed by Yash Chopra. This film starred Juhi Chawla. Hopefully, I'm saying her last name right. Sunny Deol and Shahrukh Khan. This is one of the very first films that I was introduced to Shahrukh Khan. Because I think Shahrukh Khan was Shahrukh Khan was really introduced to me as a villain before he became this like romantic hero. But yeah, so he first came to my scene with this movie. Um, so this movie basically, just on the premise of it, just to paraphrase it, it's about, your typical like stalker guy that falls in love with girl that is obsessed, actually, not fall in love. Excuse me. That is in love with Kiran, who is Juhi's character. But Kiran is, going to marry or is married to Sunil, who is played by Sunny Deol. So Shah Rukh Khan's character, whose name is Rahul, has been, obsessed with Kiran since like college. And like he's been stalking her since then. Like he was singing songs, flutes everywhere, just like singing about how tu hai meri Kiran, just singing all of that. Jadoo te hi nazar Khushbu. Okay, like you already know what it is. It's one of my favorite songs. So, they start off the film with that. He basically sings this throughout the whole film. Kiran is at first is like, okay, maybe is this Sunil, my boyfriend, that's doing this, or is this, but she finds out it's not. So she quickly realizes that she has a stalker, like someone who is like harassing her and is calling her nonstop and saying that he loves her and things like that. So Kiran, informs her boyfriend, informs her brother and her sister-in-law. They're like, oh, well, at first their solution, which was weird, but at first their solution was, oh, maybe if Sunil and Kiran get married, then this person that keeps calling Kiran and who keeps harassing her will leave her alone. And for me, as the audience member, is like, no, that's not gonna happen. Most likely the harasser or the stalker is gonna get more upset of the fact that Kiran got married and is probably gonna want to be more chaotic and be more erratic with his behavior. And as you can go on within this film, that's exactly what happened with Rahul. So Rahul, Shah Rukh Khan's character, just keeps harassing this girl, like calling her, like sending her gifts. There was a point where where Kiran and well, before we even get there, Rahul, it came to a point where Rahul was also, as I said, Rahul was getting to a point where he started, trying to kill Sunil. Like he did something with his brakes and his car, which caused a whole car accident. There was another incident I'm forgetting. where there was another incident. I'm forgetting what it was, but there was another incident too where it almost costed Sunil's life. So Kiran, it came to a point where Kiran was just like, listen, like it feels like this whole thing is because of me, and at this point now, Sunil, like your life is now in danger because of me. I maybe it's better off if I just, if we just separate and I just go my own way, and like so that you don't get hurt, because we don't know who this guy is, we don't know where this person is coming from. And I was just like, I don't like. I mean, I understand why, especially women, why they think like that when it comes to, when it comes to them being harassed or stalked and things like that. They tend to blame themselves for them being stalked, and it's like, no, it's not your fault. It's the person that's the creepy person that's harassing you it's his fault that you're going through this, not your fault. And I will say this though too. Sunil in this movie, I was kind of getting annoyed by him a little bit, because it was like he kept saying things like, "Oh, I don't need an army to get rid of a rat. I don't need police officers and things like that to protect my girl." And it's like, don't get me wrong. While his actions is honorable and he wants to protect his wife and everything like that, but it's like, sir, like your girl. First of all, this man is trying to kill you right now. Cutting the brakes on your car, messing with your car, trying to kill you. And on top of that, he's harassing your girlfriend, calling her nonstop, doing all this extra stuff. Like, if you don't get the police, let the police do their job. And it's like, I get it, Sunil is a Navy officer, that sort of thing. Like he's about that. He is about that life. But it's like, sir, no, leave it to the police to handle it. Like, at the end of the day, in situations like this, it can't be always, oh, I'm gonna take it within my own hands. No, you need to get the authorities involved to help protect you and your family. But yeah, that was the only thing. But yeah, as time went forward, Rahul's actions kept getting like worse and worse. Like, there was a point in time where Sunil and when Kiran wanted to run away, and then Sunil convinced her not to, and then he put the sindoor on her hair. They got married and everything, and then like that really infuriated Rahul, and then Rahul went to go and basically vandalize their apartment, their home, basically, and killed those two police officers that was gonna go protect them. So it was a lot. It was a lot. And I'm fast forwarding. I'm just trying to get all the main points out the way. If you guys want to watch Darr, I would say I think, okay. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I did find this on the website where I was able to get the English subtitles. So I don't know. Maybe I can link the thing on this video. I don't know. But if you guys can find Darr on the internet, go watch it. I think it's a great film. Oh, I think it's also on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube as well. But yeah, fast forward. So Kiran and Sunil ended up going to Switzerland. So they ended up fooling Rahul, because Rahul thought that they went to Goa, but that wasn't the case. They went to Switzerland. So they were at least able to enjoy some of the beginning moments of their honeymoon, until Rahul found out where they were. And then Rahul ended up framing his best friend for stalking and being the stalker for Kiran. So he ended up hanging his own, like basically killing his own friend, and writing a whole suicide note, making it seem as if the friend was the one that was the stalker and not him. So Kiran is thinking that, okay, her stalker is dead now, because he couldn't take the fact that she was now married and things like that. So she's enjoying life. But honestly, so and I'm glad. That's the thing too. I'm happy that I will say this about this movie, about Darr. I I like the fact that with most of the stuff, you can tell that it wasn't like they were oblivious to certain things. You know what I mean? It's like they were definitely connecting the dots, and Sunil was definitely connecting the dots. Thank God. So so they're thinking that at first Sunil was like, "Wait a minute, he's dead? I don't know. Like, it's like this man legit tried to kill me twice. Like, been harassing you for this long. You mean to tell me just because we got married that all of a sudden he wanted to kill himself? I don't think so." But he let it go for now. Rahul ended up coming to Switzerland. he came there. He was hanging out with Sunil and Kiran. And Kiran was like, wait a minute, Rahul, oh, we went to school together, we went to college together and things like that, blah, 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 blah. Like, I didn't know you were, so he was like, yeah, and then Rahul tried to pretend himself that he didn't know who Kiran was, like he didn't remember her, but it was like, boy, bye. So, so fast forward, it gets to a point, and Rahul is getting close to Kiran. This is probably the closest he's ever been to Kiran when they were in Switzerland. So he gets close to her, and there's a scene where Kiran was being accompanied by Sunil and Rahul. So then there were these men at the table, and they were being foolish and saying some stupid stuff, saying that how Kiran is like getting escorted by two men, like trying to insinuate some disgusting stuff. So Sunil and Rahul ended up beating up those men. But the thing is, Rahul was taking it to another level. Like, he was really upset. He was really beating up the guy. So Sunil had to pull him off, was like, whoa, like, relax. Yes, we beat them up, but it's like, you don't have to kill him. So the next day, Rahul was still upset about that whole thing. And Sunil was like, listen, like, I get it, but it's like, you were about to kill that man. So, excuse me. Rahul was like, whatever. So Sunil ended up he went to the kitchen. He went to go get some drinks. And then he got a phone call from the kitchen because Kiran and Rahul were outside. So Kiran's brother ended up calling the house. Someone was like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And then Sunil was like, oh, we're doing great. Even Rahul is here. Kiran's friend from college. So then Kiran's brother was like, wait a minute, Rahul? He was like, oh, he was just here in our house just a couple of days ago. I didn't know that he was going to Switzerland and everything like that. So then that's when Sunil was like, wait a minute. And then he was like, yeah, it was so weird. Kiran's brother was like, I didn't even know that he knew that y'all went to Switzerland. He didn't tell us anything about that, whatever. So then that's when Sunil started connecting the dots and was like, wait a minute, could Rahul be the one to, is like the stalker? So he got Rahul drunk and everything like that, trying to get information out of him, but he wasn't saying anything. So then he decided to put Kiran, Sunil decided to put Kiran in a boat. It was like, go to the boat. I'll meet you later. I need to handle some things. So, the next morning, Sunil plays the whole, the Tu Hai Meri Kiran, the flute version of it, the acoustic version. So Rahul hears this when he wakes up, and he's running and he's running and running and running. And that's when I was just like, sir, like, are you done? Like, that's where he was just like, I'm like, you're going towards the freaking flute. It is like, aren't you connecting the dots? Maybe someone knows that you're the person that is trying to get him. So he goes only to the forest. He's laughing. He's having this evil laugh and everything. And then Sunil comes out playing that flute. And he's like, oh, so it's you. You're the one that's been harassing Kiran. You're the one that has been making her cry and putting her through all this hell. He starts beating the crap out of Rahul. Starts beating, and Rahul's confessing when he's beating, because Sunil is asking him, and Rahul's saying yes, and Sunil is beating him up, and Rahul, and this is the part I was like, Sunil, you should have never. Rahul ended up catching Sunil off guard, stabs him in the stomach twice. He falls. Rahul ends up going to the boat where Kiran is and confesses to Kiran that he's the one. Kiran faints. It's a whole thing. Fast forward, obviously, and spoiler alert, Sunil is not dead. He beats the crap out of Rahul. Rahul ends up dying. I love you, Kiran, and then they played Jadoo Teri Nazar at the end, bada bing, bada boom. So that was the movie. For most of it. This was a really great movie. And before I even get to Shahrukh and Sunny Deol, when I was watching this movie, y'all, I was kind of like, why isn't, like, what happened to Bollywood, really? And I know I keep saying this in every video I do about Bollywood or the Hindi film industry, whatever. but it's like, what happened? It's like when I see classics like this, like Darr, and I'm also looking at Shahrukh Khan. I'm like, why aren't you making films like this anymore? Like, why aren't you? And I'm not saying, be like a bad guy or anything like that, but I'm like, why isn't this formula being replicated right now? It's just like now everything in the Hindi film industry is just cash grabs. And I know they try to say, oh, well, Pathan and the new movie that Shahrukh Khan came out with did well in the box office, so it doesn't really matter what you're gonna. Because I know there's some people like that, but for me, it's kind of like, okay, it did good in the box office, but are we gonna remember a film like this 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, the way we remember Darr? The way we remember Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, the way we remember Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum, because those films were almost 20, 25 years, 30 years ago, 35 years ago. Those kind of films. And we remember those. Do you really think we're going to remember a Pathan and whatever the new movie he came out with? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that these movies are crash grabs to me. What they're doing right now, especially the new films that Shahrukh has been putting out lately. And they need to go back to their form, because it's like the classics, the golden age of Hindi film industry is way better than what they're producing now. And I'm so upset that I'm legit watching films from the 1950s, from the 1960s, and they're way better than what I'm watching, than what is being produced right now in the Hindi film industry. Okay? I'm watching Sangam and Tarana from 1954. I'm watching Mughal-e-Azam. I'm watching old films, and these older films are way better. And the music. Can we talk about the music? The soundtrack songs in this movie blows the music in today's Hindi film industry out the park. Jadoo Teri Nazar is going to be remembered for generations to come. We're not going to remember a lot of the things right now. It's rubbish right now. And it's like, there is no melodies anymore. Like the way that it is in this movie in Darr. There are no melodies, there are no soul. There is no feeling. There is even the lyricisms, the lyrics, the words, is not, the emotion is not there anymore. And I'm looking at a film, and honestly, Shahrukh Khan, in a way, I hope that he will look back at films like this and be like, yo, this is better than what we're producing now. This is better than what we're putting out now. Even though, yeah, we might be doing well in the box office as far as like Pathan and whatever we're doing right now with this Spy Kids kind of movie. But is this going to be remembered 5 years from now? No. So that's just I don't know. I was just watching this film and also looking at like the cinematography of this film and everything. That really really looked good. Like it's been a minute. It's been a while since I watched this film, but rewatching it again, I'm looking at it. I'm like, wow, this is a really really beautiful film. The only thing that kind of looked like it was definitely just like, oh my god, this is so fake, was the blood. Because the blood, anytime they will like fight or like someone is being stabbed or like, or shot at, the blood always looks kind of like pink-ish. It looks kind of like pink. It's a very pink color. And I'm just like, oh my god, this is so fake. I'm like, this is so fake. It's like almost as if they put ketchup and some maybe ranch or something. They mix those two together to bring pink. And then it's like, that's where the stunt team put the blood at as the thing. But yeah, if you guys look back at this movie, the blood looks really, really pink. And I'm just like, bro. But it's back in the old days, so it is what it is. But yeah, other than that, I thought that this movie looked good. This movie, honestly, if this movie was being premiered today, it would do a lot of numbers. It would do a lot of numbers today. And I'm not talking about remix. I'm talking about re-releasing the 1993, putting it in theaters today. It would do way better. It would. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on that as far as like the film goes. I thought that it was a really great film. It showed the versatility of Shahrukh Khan, and I thought that was a great film. I thought that the music sounded great. I thought that the cinematography was great, and I thought the storyline made sense. And it's one of Shahrukh Khan's best films, I would say. And speaking of Shahrukh Khan, I do want to talk about the past, I guess, beef, quote unquote, with Sunny Deol and Shahrukh Khan. So I did not know this until I was researching this film, that there was apparently some issues in the past between Shahrukh Khan and Sunny Deol. So I read some articles and I watched a few videos. So basically, and it started on the set apparently of Darr. So okay, so there's a scene, right, where, and it's the part where uh Sunny Deol's character finds out that Shahrukh Khan's character is the stalker and everything. And after, Sunny Deol is beating up Shahrukh, Shahrukh Khan's character is begging for mercy until he ends up catching Sunny Deol off guard, stabs him. So apparently, from what I read, Sunny Deol had an issue with Shahrukh Khan's character stabbing him with the knife. Okay, he had an issue with that, and it's apparently said that Sunny Deol confronted Yash Chopra at the time, and he told Yash Chopra, he was like, "Listen, first of all, I'm a Navy commander. Like I'm in the Navy. It's like, why would first of all, why would someone like a Shah Rukh Khan's character stab me in the front? Like when I'm a whole officer, I'm a whole army guy. Like I can literally take this guy." Basically, he was trying to say that, like, he was trying to make it more relatable, I guess you can say. He wanted it to be more relatable. He was saying, like, listen, it will make better sense. I could understand the scene making sense if my back was turned and then Shah Rukh Khan's character would stab me in the back. But for him to be in front of me, and for him to stab me, it doesn't make any sense. Because first of all, I'm more bigger than him. I'm paraphrasing right here. I'm bigger than him, and I'm a Navy officer. My character is a Navy officer, so I will be able to take him. So Yash Chopra, apparently he said Yash Chopra was just like, listen, like, it is what it is. We wrote the script like this. You just gotta have to take it or leave it. So apparently Sunny Deol got so upset by that when he put his hand in his pocket, like out of anger, he ripped his pants out of anger due to, that scene being inside the film. I just want to say this, okay? Now, being from the fan standpoint, when I watched this film, I was personally looking forward to seeing that scene, because it's like the way Sunny Deol made it seem, like he really made it seem as if, like, Shah Rukh Khan's character really overpowered him in that scene. So I was like, okay, let me watch the film to see, and if he's right, then I'll just give him his credit. Y'all, I'm sorry. Sunny Deol, I'm sorry. Like, in a way, like, and this is not me being like trying to, because I'm a Shah Rukh Khan fan, so therefore I need to defend him. But first of all, in that, Sunny Deol's not taking that scene in context. That's the issue. In that scene, like, Shah Rukh Khan's character is on his knees and he's begging and pleading to Sunny Deol's character, like, "Oh my God, please forgive me. I'm not a good human being, but I'm a this kind of person, that kind of person, whatever." So he was basically distracting Sunny Deol's character, and Sunny Deol's character just for a moment looked up a little bit. I guess he was contemplating on whether, like, to kill him or not, and then that's when Shah Rukh Khan's character took advantage and stabbed him. In that moment, and putting it in context, that scene made sense. It made sense in that moment for Shah Rukh Khan's character to stab him, and I think that Sunny Deol kind of overreacted, I feel like, with that scene. But and I have to be shady. I feel like the real reason why Sunny Deol felt some type of way about Shah Rukh on the set of Darr is because Shah Rukh Khan became the bigger star within that film. We just have to be honest. In Darr, can we keep it honest? In Darr, as far as like the critics and the fans and everybody, even to this day, people talk about Shah Rukh Khan's performance more compared to Sunny Deol's performance. Okay? And I actually think that's the reason why Sunny Deol had an issue or had tension with Shah Rukh, is because he felt like Shah Rukh Khan's character was more glorified, and which, yes, it is, but then again, it's called Darr, it's called Fear, so yes, the villain has to be more glorified than the protagonist in that moment. But I just feel like Sunny Deol felt that Shah Rukh Khan became the biggest star out of this film, and that's why he felt like he didn't want to work with Shah Rukh after this. Okay, because the film did well. It did well in the box office, and people became more fans of Shah Rukh Khan than they did Sunny Deol. And in a way, it's a human emotion that will cause jealousy, that will cause tension. So I mean, I think that he just used the whole like, oh well, him stabbing me in the front wouldn't make sense because I'm a Navy officer. I think that he was just using that as a deflection for really his jealousy of Shahrukh. And this is no shade. Listen, I like Sunny Deol, but it's like as someone that researched this, I think that that's what happened. That's what I think. That's how I felt. So, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, from what I read now, I heard that Sunny Deol and Shahrukh are friends now. They're cool, but it was like a 16-year tension between them apparently over this, and I'm just like, was it really that serious, Sunny? Was it really that serious? But it is what it is. But was Shah Rukh Khan's character quote unquote glorified? Yes, but then again, the movie is called Darr. It's called Fear. It's really supposed to show, okay, why is this girl feeling? Why is Kiran feeling fear? Why is she in fear of this man? And I feel like they really have to show all the aspects of how Shah Rukh Khan's character was going to any extent to get to Kiran. You know, it is what it is. But please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.